this week we're in the hunt for electric vehicles at the LA Auto Show. So let's go check out if we can find This week, we keep searching for EVs in the LA Auto Show. You see any electrics? You see any electrics? I don't see any electrics. Alright, so this is Porsche's version of the hybrid. This is the Panamera. This is, I guess, the sedan. That would be the family car if you wanted to own a Porsche and if you wanted the performance that only cars like a Porsche would give you. This happens to be their hybrid version of that car. Alright, so the regular version of this car is like a super car. It's got twin turbo engine V8 with like 550 horsepower or something like that. So the hybrid has two motors. It's got, surprisingly, it's got a big supercharged V6 3.0 liter motor with 333 horsepower and 325 foot-pounds of torque. Now that motor is good enough to drive a regular car, but this also combines the power with a 95 horsepower electric motor with 229 foot-pounds of torque. So according to this, the combined power of these two motors is 416 horsepower at 5,500 RPMs. That would be 435 foot-pounds of torque at 1,250 all the way to 4,000 RPMs. I think this car probably goes like there's no tomorrow. The reason why is because they have an 8-speed gearbox. So 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds. Top speed is 167 miles per hour. It's a pretty fast car. I don't know. I guess maybe it will make the list just because it's a cool car. I've never really been a fan of Porsche, but the Panamera is an awesome car. It's all the performance you want with your family on board, which is really weird. I guess you can't really do that with any of the other models, like a 911. It's just you and your dog or you and your wife kind of thing. Awesome car. Let's go find another one. I think I want my next car to be 100% carbon fiber. We found it. Here it is. It's the e-Golf. Standard features: 199 foot-pounds of torque. Wow, that's pretty good. Almost 200 foot-pounds of torque. 115 horsepower. 1,200 RPM max engine speed. That's more than you need. 24.2 kilowatt hour battery pack. 323 volts. Voltage is a high voltage car. It's pretty cool. 3.6 volt nominal cell voltage. Wow. All LED headlights. So the estimated range is 70 to 90 miles range, depending on route, driving style, and payload. Wow. Well, okay. So it's almost a 100-mile range car. I guess let's go find our what are we up to now? 9, 10? I don't know. We've lost count. Let's go check out some other cars. Check it out. This is the electric motor. 3-phase AC induction motor. Water cooled. You see this? Liquid cooled. Check it out. It's got tiny little things here where the water. That is actually pretty cool. Direct drive, so it steps down here. It's got one gear, and then 2 gears, and then the final differential gear here. And then these, then I'll go to the wheels. This is a pretty small package here, and it's all chromed and stuff. Pretty cool. All right, we found the Toyota electrics over here in the corner for some reason. Oh, 41.8 kilowatt lithium-ion battery pack. Dynamic performance, impressively dynamic performance. 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. Oh, that's pretty cool, I guess. In sport mode, obviously. That's it. This is BMW's i8 concept vehicle, and this is a very real i3.
Hi. We're gonna get him set up to drive the BMW i3.
Right. So on first impressions, this car is like, it looks electric. It looks like there's something different about this car, which is something that, you know, the Model S doesn't have, and I think that's what a lot of people kind of like about it. But I don't know, I think I can get used to that look. I think, you know, especially once I hop inside and depending on the performance, I think, you know, it's a good looking car. I don't know about the color, it's kind of funky, but we shall see right now. Let's do this. So very smooth. Oh, look at the regenerative braking.
It's pretty strong. Huh?
Yeah, it's like, it feels like a lot smoother than mine. Like, it's real soft at the beginning, but then it like really kicks in. You know what I mean? It's not linear. It's like it increases. It like goes. It has a soft start. Basically, that's what it has. You know, I get it now. What they're saying, that you can drive like a 1 foot driving, basically. It's like you let go of that and it just brakes. It's like you're stepping on the brake. Mine didn't feel like that. That's why I was like, nah, let's just put it all in the brake. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Pretty quiet.
It's pretty quiet in here once we close that sunroof or whatever it is. It's got airbags. Okay, we're taking off. Can we beat this? Woo! So this is 9th. I guess we're supposed to turn right here, right? I can drive this thing all the way home. So apparently it's got 64 miles of range right now. And I guess BMW claims that, you know, under modern driving styles, you should be able to get 100 miles off of this thing. I don't know. I think this is a cool car. You know, it's kind of hard to compare it with anything else because I really haven't driven another OEM electric yet. The only thing I have to compare it is with the conversions that I've.
All the way to Hope.
Yeah, Hope.
Yeah, the only thing you have to compare to.
Oh, look! There's another one there. You guys on for a race?
What's up? Yeah, let's do this. You guys ready? Ready? After the 3 honks, okay?
Yeah. Front wheel drive or?
All right.
It's a pretty peppy car, let me tell you. It's it gets going. Definitely a cool car. Makes you feel like you're in the future. All right, let's see. We're doing 34, 36, 41. And I love, like, this thing is super responsive. And we're all driving the same way. We have one behind us and one in front of us. And we're all just sipping through traffic like madmen. That is crazy. Gee, look at that acceleration. That is just like...
It's trying to keep it steady here.
Dude, this is awesome! How do they get away with this? You know, every single one of us is gonna be like hauling ass through these streets here.
Yeah.
That's why she's all, the insurance is not going to cover if you're like drunk or you make some stupid mistakes, or what do you say? Like if you're not following the rules. You guys are not going? You guys are not going?
Nobody wants to get in front of these cars. They see them passing through.
Oh yeah! Can you imagine driving around one of these things? Here's the thing. The acceleration is not super quick off the get-go, but once you're going 10, 15 miles and then you gun it, it just goes. There's absolutely no hesitation, which is what I notice in my Samba. You know, this is probably a three-phase, AC motor. They kind of do that. They're not really for drag racing, but once you're going, I mean, you got a lot of headroom to pass. I mean, it's just like the whole body is carbon fiber, dude. We're all doing the same thing. We're all driving the same way, dude. It's crazy. I wasn't hauling ass.
Yeah. We're slow now. Okay, go for it.
All right. I couldn't find the handle to open it. Anyways, hey guys, how's it going? This is the new BMW i3 series. Fully electric car. The entire under frame of the car is made out of carbon fiber. So it weighs about 2,700 pounds. In our test drive, it felt super rigid, and it feels pretty tight. So it's a really enjoyable experience. I guess it's gonna be released like early next year, first quarter, and the pricing has really not been determined or hasn't been released yet. But it's gonna start around the 40s, and fully equipped is gonna go up like around 50s. It's got a bunch of cool stuff like these all recycled materials inside, like eucalyptus wood in there. It's got this one's actually really nice. It's got leather seats that feel really nice, and they're super nice looking and stuff. I guess some of these other surfaces here are also some kind of type of recyclable material that they use in here. He didn't really give us too much information on the battery as far as what size the battery is, but this car will do 100 miles a range if you according to depending on your driving style. So I'm thinking that it's a pretty big battery. It's got to be somewhere around 40 kilowatts or something like that. It's got super tiny little skinny tires that look too skinny, to be honest. But I think we're all gonna get used to these low resistant tires as more and more of these electric cars get more popular. It's a four-seater. It's got some room in the back, and it's got this third suicide door, which I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of weird on both sides. It's got suicide doors on both sides. It's kind of weird because I think you have to have one of these doors open so that you can get out. So if you're in the back seat and the car is closed for some reason, then I think you can't get out. I think you're kind of stuck in there until someone comes and saves you, like Crystal just did here to get out. Other than that, it feels pretty comfy inside. It's a nice looking car. It doesn't feel like like it's missing something or anything. It feels like a very mature product that should be coming out into market and stuff. So, all right, guys. So let's go inside. Hopefully, we can find some more electrics out there.
This is a smart car. Small and funky. And that's pretty much all I can say about it.
This is just like the Chevy Volt. She said it was on the same chassis, but it's the same thing. First 40 miles is electric, and then after that you can drive another however long you want. You just fill it up with gas and stuff. It's a whole lot more fancier than the Chevy Volt. I see some carbon fiber inside in the interior. I see leather seats, big giant 20-inch wheels or whatever. It's a nice car. It actually, I used to think they were dumb because you were hauling around a bunch of equipment that you didn't need. But here's the thing, I own an electric car, I can't have two electric cars, because if we ever want to head out of town, go to San Diego, go up to, you know, San Francisco or something, then I need to figure out, you know, I gotta rent a car or something. So it's not practical to own two electric cars, even though we will be okay using it 98% of the time. The 2% of that, you know, will create that anxiety range or whatever. So within the next 5 years, as the infrastructure for electric charging and fast charging becomes available, there won't be a need for these. But for right now, unfortunately, this is the most practical way of having a second electric vehicle. You know, for my wife going 20 miles to work, this car is perfect. It would be electric, you know, 99% of the time. You know, and for that 2% that we head out of town, we go to Vegas, we go, you know, we can still take our car. So it's I think it's brilliant. I think out of all the hybrids that are out there, this is the one that makes the most sense. And it looks like a Cadillac ELR. It's a cool car. I recommend it. And here finally is the Chevy Volt. We know most of the specs. It's like 40 miles electric. You know, then the gas tank starts. This one right here is about 36,000. But then after all the rebates here in the state of California that the government gives us, then it's actually a $27,000 vehicle. Let's get inside one.
Let's talk about production.
So yeah, it's a 4-passenger.
In the contract,
Wow.
for production.
What do you think?
Ask the designer, but do you think it'll make production?
This one is nice. It's got leather seats. It's got this nice plastic thing. Not like the, I mean, some plastic feels cheap, but some plastic feels, you know, fancy. But this thing is cool. Feels kind of cheap or whatever, but it's only a 4-passenger vehicle, so it's not it's nice. I like it. I like it. Buy me one. Buy me one. Sold. Yeah. I can see myself in one of these. Riding around.
It's weird, like your seat is full electric.
Oh yeah.
Right in the back.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird thing. You don't have a wall between you and the back seat and the thing. Which means, you know what? That you could probably fold these seats.
Probably.
Yeah, because
Put
look,
them down.
it's a flat. Yeah.
So
Woo!
you got a lot of trunk space. For all the
Chevy. I like it. Not red, but
Silver.
yeah, it's silver. All right, so we just walked the entire LA Auto Show here, and it was actually pretty exciting. This is my first time, and I was here looking for electric cars. So actually, we got to see a lot of them. We got to see, you know, overall, it's still kind of a joke. So a lot of the, like I said, you know, you gotta look for the ugly car to be able to find it. You know, it's like, where's the electric? Oh, it's the ugly one over there in the corner. A lot of them are concept. A lot of them are hybrids. Which are just kind of a joke. The worst one was that Mitsubishi thing. I don't know what that thing was, but I think there are some very, very, very cool cars. Just like when we were running around with our little cameras at you know, NAB 2 years ago, people were like, yeah, those things, maybe they'll come, maybe they'll be here, maybe you'll be able to shoot a real video with them. It's the same feeling that we're getting here with this electric cars. A lot of the manufacturers feels like they're just saying like, we don't believe in the whole electric, but here it is. You know, it's like, here's a slap together, crappy looking car or whatever. But it's a very enjoyable thing, and electrics are coming. They're gonna be here in 2-3 years. We'll be able to walk these floors and be like, oh, you know, it's like electric, oh, where are the gas-powered ones? You know, that's where essentially what's going to happen here. So, almost lost our wheel right here. Next week, we'll get back to working on the Samba and building our very own lithium-ion battery pack out of laptop cells. So stay tuned.